Irish. I'm one of the traveling managers for Earth Swordworks. We are a family-owned, American-made business. We're out of north central Arkansas. Dad made his first sword about 28 years ago. About 25 years ago, the boys started building them. And now his sons pretty much run the company. He's the head of the company. And he's got traveling managers that do about 13 shows a year, producing the finest quality hickory training weapons, and one of the only hickory training weapons in the world that provides a lifetime guarantee. I got started because out at Ren Fair I used to do a stage show, and I hung out with some friends that made the leather that I wore, and they happened to be friends with the Archotes, the family that makes the swords. And I bought one, and next thing I knew I owned about 34 of them, and there was a new show opening, and apparently since I owned half the catalog, I seemed to be the next apparent manager for them. So I started working for them about 8 years ago, and now I travel exclusively for Hollow Earth. I do all 5 shows a year working for them. My favorite designs are the standard shorts and daggers. I like fighting two-handed, so when all the people come at me with the bastards and the claymores, I can get inside and kill them. Because my favorite art form is called Don't Die. Well, there's 5 guys back at home that do the production, and if they are really steady at it for about 60 hours a week, they can generate about 200 to 250 pieces. They've had banner weeks where they've gotten close to 300 plus, but that's pretty much the standard, and that's because there's so many different styles, from the Elven style to all of this stuff, and then the upgrade standards of the Westerns and things such as that, and the specialty blades such as this one right here. So, you know, it's a little bit of everything, and on top of that, they also have to build the crossbows, and that's a whole nother department. That's not even the sword making department. So, and then on top of that, we've got our leather crafting department, which is headed up by their youngest daughter, Maya, and she basically does all the leather goods that come as the basic package to get you started. The largest people that are our customer base is a group called ARMA, which is kind of local to Texas. I believe they're an offshoot of what used to be known as what is still known as the SCA, or Society for Creative Anachronism. They use a lot of our stuff. HEMA, a lot of the LARPing groups are starting to move towards ours and away from the boffer swords, because people are starting to get more sophisticated leather armor and such. And then just crazy people like me, we sell to a lot of martial art groups and such as that, you know, with our Elven series, which is much like a boakin, which is the standard generic Eastern martial art style practice sword. We will do custom pieces. There are limitations because we do work in wood. We will do as much custom as we can. We try to stick to historically accurate as we possibly can. On some of the wood issues, we'll do cross-grain wood laminations, such on our as on our axes, to help provide that strength. Because we do offer a lifetime guarantee on our product, our biggest thing is making sure that everything can be fought and live up to the lifetime guarantee, and we don't end up having to replace it a whole lot. Even our all exotics, such as this piece right here, made out of a binga that runs for about $400 to $500, is a completely fightable piece. It's not just a wall hanger, and most importantly, if anything should ever happen to it, we will live up to our lifetime guarantee, and we will rebuild it or replace it with a comparable wood. Sometimes with the exotics, they're not always readily available. So like there are certain ebonies that we just can't buy anymore because they're illegal to forest anymore. Probably the best story I had is there was a lady that came to our shows when I was a Highland gamer, and rain or shine, 3 times a day, 6 times a weekend, she was there for about 15 years and came up to the owner one day and had a compilation of pictures of everybody who had ever been a gamer or an MC or a judge for our show, and presented it to him in this really nice wood carved bound photo album, and all she wanted in return was to be able to sit on a caber while all the guys held it, and she got a picture with us. That was probably the most amazing story that I've had. Some of my favorite stories about Hollow Earth is at the Sherwood Forest Fair, where the ownership is nice enough to allow us to have a combat tournament for a store credit, basically, where it's a single elimination tournament with our swords, and the winner walks away with a blade of his choice, basically, at the end of the 30 minutes of fighting. We do have an online shop. It's a brand new one. You can find us at hollowearthswords.etsy.com. And you can also find us through Yahoo, I do believe. And then we also have a phone number where you can just call the shop/house directly, because we're that kind of family business.